Welcome to Gourmet Meals Kitchen. My name is Chris and today we are making a gluten-free chocolate pudding. The ingredients you'll need for the recipe are about 1/4 of a cup of water, which is about 45 grams. You'll need 3 lots of sugar. I like to split them up because we are putting them in at different stages. You've got 28 grams of sugar here, 50 grams of sugar and another 25 grams of sugar. I've got 1.5 grams of coffee, just a little small amount, about 50 grams of dark chocolate, 25 grams of milk, 25 grams of canola oil, about 50 grams of butter, 1 egg, 15 grams of sifted cocoa powder, and gluten-free self-raising flour, about 70 grams. That's all the ingredients. Now let's go put it all together. So I've preheated the oven to 140 degrees. Now I've turned the stove on. All I'm going to do is add the water and the 28 grams of sugar into the pot. And I'm going to bring this to a boil. As soon as it starts boiling, I'm going to take it off the stove, add the chocolate, add the coffee, mix it in a little bit, and then add the butter and combine it all and let it melt. Okay, now it's starting to boil, it's getting very hot. I don't want to let it boil too much, I don't want to lose that water. So now I'm going to put in the chocolate and the coffee and mix that in so it melts. I'm also going to turn this stove off. Now I'm going to chuck in the butter as well. And I'm going to combine that all together until it all melts. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is add the oil, the milk, and the 50 grams of sugar. All in and combine that all together. Now once that's all combined, you want to add the egg and the 25 grams of sugar. And I'll get a whisk, just whisk that in. Okay, now all I'm going to do is add the cocoa powder. I'll actually just put it into the self-raising flour, gluten-free self-raising flour. And now I'm going to put this in little bits at a time and stir it all together. Okay, so now that I've mixed that all together, whisk it nicely up, and it should be nice and thick but also still a bit runny. You've got this nice chocolate mix now. Now we're just going to let this sit for about 5 minutes, just let it cool off a little bit before we put it in the oven because we just want everything to combine nicely together. Okay, so this has been sitting for about 5 minutes now, so I'm going to put it into my dishes now. I'm going to put I'm going to put a bit of oil around all the edges, put a bit of cocoa powder in there, and then put it in there so later on I can take it out, but the rest I will be eating straight from the dish. Okay, so now we're going just to add our mix about half full. Okay, now I have half filled all of these. It's a good size like that. You want about half full. They will fill up. This is almost even over half full, but they will fill up and they'll rise quite a bit. You want them in the oven about 15 minutes at 140 degrees preheated. So we'll put these in the oven and we'll come back after they're done. Okay, now as an optional thing, you can have some chocolate sort of rich sauce, sort of an icing type thing on top of the pudding, which I am doing today. It's very, very simple. It's just about 15 grams of water and 35 grams of cream, full cream. Bring it to a boil. As soon as it boils, take it off, put in 65 grams of dark chocolate and stir it all together until it melts. Then you'll just sit this aside for about 5-10 minutes, let it cool down and it will start to thicken up. And then that goes on top of our puddings. So they've just come fresh out of the oven. The small ones I took out a little bit earlier. I've eaten a little bit of this one, just see how it tastes. Very nice. The big ones about 20 minutes, these little ones about 15 minutes, and I'm just going to let them cool off. Sit here for about 15, 20, maybe half an hour, just till they're cool or just warm, not too hot so I can handle them, and then I will serve them on the dish. Okay, so I've taken it out of the pudding cup now. It just falls out, a little bang. I've actually put it against it, come out. All I'm going to do now is, I always like a bit of vanilla ice cream. It's up to you how much you want. And we're going to put our chocolate rich sauce over the top. And there you have it, your chocolate pudding.